Welcome in, everyone. Your Vegas Nation crew here. Ed Graney, Cassie Soto, and Adam Hill live from inside of Allegiant Stadium, our very first time here. We got to see the Raiders practice for the first time inside of the stadium. Ed, just your initial thoughts. You were there in Oakland. You saw the Coliseum. How does this compare?
I'm not even going to tell you to look at this. This room in here, much better than the entire Coliseum. So, yeah, it's beautiful. You know, I and Jalen Richard said this after the practice here. When I first walked in, I actually thought of U.S. Bank Stadium in Minnesota. That makes sense because Mortensen built that one and this one. And I don't know what Adam thought, but the first thing is it's so light. That helps with the windows. It helps with the roof. You feel like you're outside inside. Which I love, because a lot of dome stadiums, it gets real dark. Not like that here. So, and that part I think is just absolutely terrific. It's really light. It's open. Yeah, it's beautiful. If it can come close to U.S. Bank in terms of when people finally get in here and it plays to that, they're going to have a spectacular stadium.
Yeah, well, he mentions Jalen Richard, their Raiders running back, and he said in the post-practice press conference, that he feels like he's kind of in like a limo or a Hummer. Do you get that feeling, Adam?
Yeah, I think you can see that from the outside. Anybody that's driven down I-15 and seeing the stadium from the outside, I think you get what he's talking about there. But you asked Ed the question, how does it compare? He could have just said two words. It doesn't. It's completely different. It's not even the same world as what they had in Oakland, and nobody wanted to say that, but they kind of did. You heard, John Gruden say, well, I don't want to really start ripping what was on in Oakland, and same with the other guys. But one of the reasons they wanted to be out here was because they didn't want opening night to be the first time guys were in here. They didn't want guys looking around saying, oh my God, this is crazy. And players talked about that today. Jalen Richard said, usually we go through drills, we got coach throw me a ball. Today, I was like, hey, throw me the ball. Stop looking around. Stop looking at everything. That's what they wanted to avoid on opening night. So I think a good move for them to get in here and really start to get a feel of where they're going to be playing before they actually have to do it for real.
Well, if anyone is fired up for this stadium, it is Raiders owner Mark Davis. And he said, let me just read this quote because I don't want to mess it up. Welcome to the Death Star where our opponents' dreams come to die. Your thoughts on that?
Well, they need to die more because they've been to one playoff in 16 years. So they need to die a few more times. He was fired up. He should be. He and his father for so many years went to L.A., back to Oakland. They wanted this kind of structure. He sat out there right near his father's flame, the memorial flame, talked to the players kind of up on high while the players were looking up at him. He was fired up. It was interesting because he was obviously really fired up to be here. And as we know, Mark Davis won't be here for real games until fans are allowed to be in. We know that story. So how can't he come in here and just think it's this magnificent place? I thought it was, I don't know what Adam thought, football was surreal. This is the first time I've been in this massive a place, and actually I heard the foot hit the ball on the kickoff. It was just kind of a strange atmosphere, but during games I'm sure they're going to pipe in crowd noise and music and all that, and they'll try to make it as close to a game as possible. It's still going to be a little strange, Cassie, in terms of no fans in this giant and nice stadium.
Yeah, well, he mentions that. I think we got a little bit of that fake crowd noise. They tried to do something. We heard some rumblings over the PA system, Adam, and I just want to talk about that. This is kind of what it's going to be like on game day. These seats are going to be empty. How weird is that still?
Kind of. I don't think it's going to be totally like this, because here's the thing. I mean, obviously we'll have a lot more broadcast crews, camera crews, things like that are on the field that we see. There'll also be other people on the field like the Yards crew, the National Network people. There'll be more activity. I think it'll look more like a game, but yes, it's an empty stadium with football going on. That is what we're going to see. I don't watch Game of Thrones. I don't know if you guys do.
That's it. That's all
I only saw the last episode. Was when Mark Davis gave that speech. Was that when the girl was giving that speech, way on top above everybody?
The girl.
I don't know. I only watched one episode.
Do we need to cut right now? The girl. There were also dragons in it as well. So anyway, no,
wasn't Aaron Rodgers in it?
Well, yeah, I think he wasn't in that one. I think it was the other one. But it did have kind of a feel that he looked down upon his subjects. Yeah. And if I'm paying those guys as much as he does, I'm looking down on them too, and they're looking up at me. It was kind of cool though. He had the microphone, and then we got the transcript of it, and just win baby and welcome home. I mean, look. It's a great stadium. They need to play, obviously they need to win more games, but this is a huge, huge step in this organization. And by the way, we haven't even mentioned, this is a huge step in Las Vegas' history. I mean, let's be honest. This stadium now is in Las Vegas. Las Vegas, that's an NFL home team. So that's huge for the city, the community, and everyone. I'm sure he loved it, as he should. This is a huge step forward for his team.
All right, well, that will do it for us from inside of Allegiant Stadium. But for more pictures and videos from Allegiant Stadium, head on over to vegasnation.com. You guys can get these guys recaps there. Everything again, Las Vegas Review Journal at vegasnation.com. For Ed Graney, Adam Hill, I'm Cassie Soto, Heidi Fang behind the camera. Thank you so much for watching.